Flightboss, bitch! And this is the mind of an Antares moon. And I want to talk about Rehu and Ketu, aka the North Node and the South Node, because it's a fucking big ass illusion that's going on, like, and it is an illusion. Like, this is basically what the North and South Node is. North Node is supposed to be the top of the moon. South Node is supposed to be the bottom of the moon. The top of the moon represents your path where you should be going. The bottom of the moon represents where you just came from, right? I'm finna debunk this shit though, because I don't like the South Node, Rehu, Ketu. Shouldn't be in anybody's astrological chart. None of that shit. And here's why. It's really not even the moon. It's really it's really an area in the sky where the moon traveled. And like, what does the moon represent? Your moon represents your reactions. The moon itself is the illusion. The sun is the manifestation, and the moon is the illusion of the manifestation. So whatever you manifest from your sun sign, you're going to manifest an illusion. Now that illusion could be good to you or bad to you, but regardless, it's an illusion. Everything on earth is an illusion. Nighttime, daytime is an illusion. All that shit comes from the moon. Now, the world you live in is your moon sign. Whatever your moon sign is in, this is how you react. This is how your emotional state, your feelings, this is the world you live in. This is who you are. Your moon sign is actually more important to an individual than the rising and the sun sign. Your sun sign is more important to how you're going to be in society, because this is your actions. Your rising is really more important to your personality. This is your personality is something you can't help, but you can help the way you feel, and your emotional state is who you are. This is why the moon sign is your most important sign, because this is the sign that a person might not see, because this is who you are. Now you might act a certain way unconsciously because that's your sun sign. You know what I'm saying? So boom, 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 boom. You acting, and you might act nonchalant, and you might be acting in a way that a person might call you out on it, and then you don't know why they look at you that way. It's because you're showing them your actions, your sun signs, your manifestations, what you come in here to shed light on. You know what I'm saying? And, or if they just met you or something like that, they with you every day, and then you could like put your guard down and just be who you are, then that's when your rising sign come into play, because that's who you just are naturally. Now, it's on you if you want them to see the true you or not, or what you really thinking. Because you could be a person who helping somebody you could be a church going motherfucker who helping somebody all motherfucking day, but go home and talk about that person up and down, because that's your real emotion, your real state, the world you live in. So your actions, you might go out and help this, that, and third person, help that person off your sun sign, and then depending on how you act when you're doing that, like your personality wise, or how generous you is or how ungenerous you is when you're doing it, that's your rising sign. Now your inside thoughts when you're there, talk about somebody might be coming up to get a meal and you hand them a turkey on Thanksgiving, and you be like, here's a little turkey. The way you gave it to them is your sun sign, like, you know what I'm saying? And the complexity of how you give it to them, like the generosity of how you say it, or your facial expressions, or whatever, that's your rising sign. Now how you feel and what you saying inside yourself, that's you, and that's your moon sign. So you could be saying, here you go, I'm trying to help everybody. Inside you might be being like, look at this bum ass motherfucker need a turkey. That's you. Wherever your moon sign at, that's you. So now that we know what the moon represents, it's showing you the illusion that the sun manifests. So when the sun manifests a picture, you can only see it from the illusion. Because if the sun manifesting, but there's no illusion here to see it, there's nobody here to see the sun. So the sun manifested here, but in order for me to look at you the way you look, you're an illusion. So the illusion is from the moon. So everybody see things different because everybody has different degrees and different moon signs. So reason why your world is different than my world, we see things different, is based on the moon sign. So now that we see the basic things upon the moon, let's get into the north and south node. The north and south node represents your path and your past. And you need to know it's an illusion. And then on top of that, it's an illusion that ain't even worth contributing to. It makes you no different on earth living right now, whether you're going to the path of where your north node was at, or whether you're going to the path of where your south node was at. Because for one thing, this is the only thing I can say you can kind of see it. Your Ketu or your motherfucking south node is where your past has been. So you might come across as whatever your south node is, you might come across as a person who don't want to do them things. You know what I'm saying? And then your north node is where you need to be and what you need to be doing. And it's an illusion because first of all, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's not even, it's an area in the sky that the moon traveled. And we don't have, well I do, but humans don't. Y'all don't even have the whole concept of the moon. Like, you got people still thinking the moon is flat, is a quarter. You still got people thinking that the moon does this. You still have people like, you don't even have the real concept of the moon. And the real concept of the moon is a filter. The real concept of the moon is a filter. Look, check this out. Say this is the sun, right? And say this is Earth, right? The moon will be in between. So whatever information the sun is shooting out is going to get filtered through the moon before it reaches Earth. And then when it reaches Earth, it's going through a filter of an illusion. Because we just explained what the moon is. So before you start manifesting shit based upon your north and south node, you're going to come across a path that's not yours. Like, on Earth, you have a soul, but you are not that soul. The soul is you, but you're not the soul. That's some shit people don't know. That's some shit people don't know. This is the main reason you can't remember your past life. Because you ain't that past life. You might be that soul, but it's not you. The way you see things, like I said, your rising sign is your soul. So when it jumps into a body, which the sunlight helps manifest, the sunlight, the information that's coming from the sun gets filtered with the moon, and the moon creates the illusion of that filter. So it creates the way you see the information the sun gave you. So wherever sign the moon was in is the way you're going to see the information the sun UV rays gave out. So it's like, if your soul born in these time, in this lifespan, in this time, you're going to see it from a perspective of the information the sun gave out. And the information that the UV rays of the sunlight gave out is being filtered through the moon, and the illusion that the moon is setting up now is the way things is now. So the way things might have was when your soul was somewhere else 2,000 years ago, the sun and the moon was filtering completely different information. So the information that you gathered with this brain and these two eyes here on Earth now will never equate to the information your soul was in 2,000 years ago in that time span, in that age, in that life, because the sunlight was filtered with the moon illusion in a whole different type of frame. So you can't even begin to think how that illusion was. So to bring up a north node and south node here is reaching. That shit is reaching. That shit ain't real. It's an illusion. Nothing on earth is real. It's an illusion. But since it got earth quality in it, it's made practical. That north and south node doesn't have a earth quality on it. It's strictly esoteric. So there's no point in even putting that into practical terms. You have to understand, when you get a natal chart, that's bringing esoteric into practical terms. The north and south node has nothing to do with practicality. As north and south node has nothing to do with the filters that's going on earth. So you can't even use it. And it's purely made up based off mathematics, just like the houses. And I could debunk the houses also, but the houses is needed due to the fact of what area of life you're dealing with things. You know what I'm saying? But they get carried away with the houses too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just bringing y'all here. I want to let y'all know the north node, south node is bullshit. Anybody you come across talking about the south and north node is bullshit. All that shit is bullshit. You ain't got to listen to none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it holds no weight. And it's an illusion. And if you like indulging into illusions, which there's a lot of signs on earth. If you're a Pisces, you might be into the north and the south node. If you're a Sagittarius, you might be into the north and the south node. If you're a Leo, you might be into the north and the south node. If you're an Aquarius, you might be into the north and the south node. It varies. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to know that you're getting into an illusion. And feeding yourself into an illusion is building blockage up from you. Because that's for an example, let's just say your north node is in Virgo, right? So they're basically saying you need to learn Virgo ways and learn how to be a Virgo the best on earth, right? Now you're going to waste all this time trying to be a Virgo, right? You're going to miss out on so much natural shit that at the end of the day, it ain't gonna matter if you learn how to be a Virgo or not, because it holds no weight. For what? It's an illusion. And all you did was jump into an illusion and build a blockage for yourself to stop learning other shit and think that's what you need to do, when really you could have been learning all the signs and did all the shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, north node, south node, bullshit. Don't go into it. It holds no bearings, it holds no weight, and it's pure mathematics. And if you into being into mathematics, I'm gonna tell you right now, it has nothing to do with your past life, has nothing to do with your future life. Flightboss, bitch.